Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I am going to purposely damage the paintwork on my truck, and Shane Lynch from Assetti Performance and Boyzone is going to make me do it with a wire brush to test out the ultimate PPF that they apply to supercars. You know, wire brush. And here I am arriving at the Assetti Performance headquarters. I take it steady heading through the gate as I do have my trailer on and it's quite a small gateway. I am going to get rid of my trailer for the purpose of today's video, and while I'm doing that I'm going to tell you how this video came about. In January I went to the Autosports International Performance Car Show at the NEC in Birmingham, and mutual friend Sean Taylor introduced me to Shane. Shane was in the show there as he dressed cars with some other lads like Bagsy, who you may have also seen on YouTube. He's also considering doing his HGV licence, and once he's seen the photo of my truck, he said he'd love to get it down to the workshop as he loved the artwork. Even though Assetti Performance is on the way in and out of the docks that I go to regularly, it's taken until now for me to find a day where I have a spare few hours and a day when my truck is clean. Once I get the truck parked outside the workshop ready to drive in, Shane jumps into the cab to have a look around.
I'll tell you what, like, as soon as you get in, the silence in here is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it's loud down there.
Yeah.
And it's super, like, peaceful.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah.
Is this like an old retro steering wheel?
It is. Unfortunately, the audio didn't come out well with the sound of the engine while I explained the steering wheel to Shane. But it is something that has sparked a lot of questions in the comments, so I will explain. This truck was built during COVID and certain parts weren't available. There was also a shortage of trucks needed for essential key worker roles. Therefore, this truck was built without an airbag because the part wasn't available. This means that it will pass an MOT without an airbag because it was built without one, which means my boss could change it to a 3-spoke steering wheel as that's what he wanted. All of the controls that would normally come on a modern Volvo steering wheel have now been wired into the dash, meaning I don't miss out on things like cruise control. This painted dash it looks lovely, but it's hard work because you're living in here and, like, say you get something down from the micro. No, I can't put it on there.
Oh, well, that's exactly why you'd PPF this.
Right, so you'd PPF this?
Yeah, 100%. That's a perfect panel to PPF, actually.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Let's just do that. If that's a delicate area and you know you're aware of...
It's a lovely thing to have and it looks beautiful. Yeah. But it's very impractical.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
We are going to practicalize your impracticality. All right? Yes, I'm thinking about, and we are talking, a couple of us, Monster Energy boys,
doing
our HGV. We've been kind of to and fro with the HGV girl, as a lovely girl, and we've gone, are we doing it? Are we doing it? And you know what? It's April now. I can't believe time's gone so quick and done nothing about it. Yeah. And it's silly not to do it because what an amazing license to have. And I love everything. I love driving everything, but I've never got this far. So I'm a silly guy not to do it.
So what would you actually haul then? You would haul your own cars?
Ended up with a few rally cars, and I got to that stage of a bigger transporter, let's call it. Right. But then none of us could drive the transporter, so we had to rely on somebody to come and haul our cars.
I asked Shane if he wanted to drive the truck into the workshop, as I've seen him drift cars with millimetre precision, but he wasn't too keen.
Looking at what I'm looking at, as you say, spatial awareness, but initially I'm like, nah, that's not going through that door. I know we have the height, but and I know we'll go through the door, but geez, no, I wouldn't do that. Not at this stage of my life. Right, let's get it in through the door. Yeah. I'll let you get it in through the door.
I can't believe you don't have your shoes on.
Like I said, if you're not wearing your shoes in, I have a no-shoe house policy. Well, I know, my wife does. Yeah. So I'm very used to taking my shoes off in anyone's house. Even when people say, no, don't worry, it's just a habit of a lifetime.
I get myself all set up, engine on, air slam right down to the floor for a nice rolling shot into the workshop. So what is this magical PPF that people put on their most precious vehicles to protect them? PPF, or paint protection film, is a thermoplastic urethane that has self-healing qualities to protect the paintwork from stone chips, minor abrasions, road pollution and salt. It was originally used on helicopter blades during the Vietnam War to protect them from flying debris. Some people still refer to it as helicopter tape, although it's been modified to be more flexible and aesthetic for use on vehicles. Whilst expert installer Dan makes a start at PPF in my painted dash, I have a little look around the Assetti workshop.
Are these aftermarket wheels as well?
So these are tuner wheels, which they don't make anymore.
Oh, is that right? So this is my F350, this truck here.
Yeah.
So they're a 24.5-inch Kenny Bell wheel.
Right.
So the stateside, and we had the 10 lug modified. I think it's an 8 lug behind that. Big adapter, basically, to make, well, that thing, whatever that thing is. This is the closest of the rig that I ever got to.
Right. What's that on there?
That's my beer tap column shifter.
No way.
Yeah, my gear stick.
Closer look at that.
Jump in, it's open.
Oh wow.
Straight out of North Carolina.
That's incredible. Guys, that smell as well, isn't it? It's got a lovely smell. Yeah.
Old hillbilly smell. But now it's actually wider than your truck.
Is it?
Yeah, so the rear of this is about a half foot wider than your rear.
Oh, it is wide, isn't it? That must make it tricky when you're going through like toll booths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. These actually work in stacks.
Yeah, they work, but they don't make the fancy noise. Whilst Dan is hard at work fitting the PPF to my painted dash, Shane and I talk about why he wanted to set up Assetti Performance and where his passion for cars came from. After leaving school, Shane qualified as a mechanic, and in the early days of his music career was appearing on Top of the Pops and then flying home to work in his dad's garage. Understandably, Shane wasn't going to turn down being part of one of the most successful boy bands in the world, so the passion for cars and motorsports just took a backseat for a while. He's now able to pursue this passion of modifying performance cars along with offering high-end products like PPF. Unlike vinyl wrap that is used just for aesthetic reasons, PPF is more durable, lasts longer, up to 10 years in fact, and is generally lower maintenance along with its primary benefit of protecting the original paintwork. Oh, it smells quite nice as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does the satin stuff, film stuff, so it smells like pear drops.
Oh right.
It's the adhesive. It's really nice.
I suppose you shouldn't really say that grease smells nice, should you?
No, I was going to say we don't actively sniff it out.
Next part of this video is actually a bit nerve-wracking. If you watch the video of the introduction to my new job, you will know how much this truck means to my boss. It really is his pride and joy. This is Chris's pride and joy. He's worked so hard on the design of this truck. The colour is actually a colour that hasn't ever been used in the UK before, and they actually had to pay to register the colour. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put a bit of PPF on the front of the truck, and then we're going to get a wire brush and
Scratch it.
abrase it.
Look at that. Scratching my tattoos off.
We're going to take a big risk and... Right.
You okay?
Chris, if this goes wrong, I will pay for it.
Don't worry, Chris. We got you.
So we're going to really test out how this PPF works by abrasing it, and then we'll take the PPF off and see what it looks like underneath.
I'm actually going to show you how it heals itself as well.
Right.
So you'll see the actual scratches.
Yep.
And then Dan's going to slightly heat the bit of PPF up, which the sun would do in the natural light, to give you the idea of what the heat will do, and you'll just see all that scratch disappear. You're going to scratch it though.
I'm going to scratch it. Oh my god.
So we're not to blame for anything.
This is Dan putting the PPF on. While I was here, I asked these guys so many questions about PPF, and they could answer every single question I had.
Obviously, it's not bulletproof, but give it a decent... there to there. Don't go past them lines, whatever you do, okay? Don't go past them lines. But give it a decent little rub. And we'll tell you to go harder.
God. I'm really sorry, Chris. Oh. So is that...
Yeah, you can see them scratches.
Is that kind of hard enough?
You hear it?
Yeah. I can't believe
Squeaking away on the paint.
This is actually a proper, wire brush, and I'm scratching the front of my truck. So have I gone hard enough?
Yeah,
have I tested it enough, or do you think I need to?
You can definitely go harder, but like you can see those absolute scratch marks. Like they're not that deep. But let's say you had an abrasive wash and that swirled up the way it did.
So something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god. Oh dear.
You can actually hear it squeaking away there.
Yeah. So I'm going actually quite hard now. But you can kind of tell that it's not going through.
Yeah.
The more I do it, the braver I am at
You can certainly see that scratched up.
I'm pressing really hard, so that would be like a branch, wouldn't it? Like you're going down the country lane, and that's a branch or a bush, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how hard it would be.
Good.
Yeah.
You can definitely see the marks. Right, let's get rid of them. This is what we naturally do over the sun beating down on your paintwork. The ultimate thing is, as film does take the abuse and not your paint, that's the main thing you're looking at here.
Yeah.
Kind of disappearing, right?
See it now, can you?
You definitely put some deep ones in there, though.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
But that would, the more the sun got on it,
If
the...
that was sat out this afternoon in the sun, or if you're driving it again, residual heat from the engine.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, because that area would
When you were saying before
heat up.
about
Chris, your paint's all right. Your paint's good, man.
It's all right. So underneath, there's absolutely no scratches whatsoever.
you see the odd little bit deeper.
Why you went really deep,
Yeah,
But again, it's not.
but on the actual truck, there's
It's not gone through. It's not close to going through.
no. I can't believe there's not a mark on that paint.
Scary doing it though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You know, you're like, really?
The first couple of scratches, that was the worst bit. I thought, oh my god, what am I doing? But no, that's very, very impressive. It is. I'm not going to get the sack now.
Well, in fairness, this is only our first day doing PPF, so you are our first. We weren't really sure what was going to happen either.
Oh, brilliant.
Thank you, though. Thanks for trusting us. Thanks for bringing it in.
And with that, it's time to say goodbye, although I do have one more thing to show Shane and the boys before I leave. Once again, I have a car shell in the back of my trailer and I don't know what it is. So I get them to have a look and have a game of guess what the car shell is.
It's a custom thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's some kind of a custom. It's dropping onto some chassis, isn't it?
The shape of an old 5.
Jury's still out. Not entirely
I'll
sure.
have to try and find out, won't I?
Yeah,
Do you know who would know? Ollie.
It's going to be nice though, whatever it is. Your rally car though, isn't it? Who's going to Northern Ireland? Or Ireland, period. Them rally boys,
Right.
that's it.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you put the right engine in it. You put a 2-litre diesel in it, then it'll be a bit boring.
I don't know. Them smokers go some these days.
So he's like, as long as it's rear-wheel drive, it doesn't matter. If it can go sideways, that's the way you do.
No, we do not know.
Right.
Jury's out.
I did ask my boss what it was, and he said he wasn't sure if it was a 2-litre hot rod or a national hot rod, but it was originally a Peugeot 106. I've had a great day learning about PPF, and the beauty of it is you don't have to get the whole vehicle done. You could just do the parts that are prone to damage. So on a truck you may want to get things like the front bumper done, around the step area, or if you are brave enough to have a smooth catwalk, it would be worth protecting that too. They also told me that people have used it in their homes for things like protecting marble tables and hallway floors that have a lot of traffic. So it really is a multi-purpose protective material. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please like and subscribe so you can see more in the future. And thank you very much for watching.